Welcome to Legends and Lores, a spooky podcast by the 6th grade at OPE. My name is Malachi, and I'm here with Jack. Say hello, Jack.
Hi.
Today we are talking about the case of the Annabelle doll. Doing research into other areas, I came across the case of the Annabelle, the haunted doll. This was a case from the 1970s. The case has a supposedly haunted Raggedy Ann doll. The case was attempted by two famous demon astrologers named Ed and Lorraine Warren. The case was referred to them as an espial priest named Father Cook. The claims were of two young nurses who had communicated with what they had thought to be a human spirit. And there was also a report that one of the girls' friends had been attacked physically. At the time of the referral activity was still in progress. The story starts a bit before a year before the Warrens were called. The mother of the doll's owner purchased the then antique doll for her daughters. A small presentment was she shared with another nurse. As the doll was the size of a 4-year-old child, she placed it on her bed. The owner didn't collect dolls. The gift was more of a novel decoration. Annabelle was a doll that was brought as an antique for twins, but then suddenly her hand positions were changing each day. They suspected something but weren't sure of it. But by the way, we have a sponsor, Cheerios, the happiest way to start your day. Okay, back with the tale. Then they found notes around. They would put little marks on the windows and arranged rugs so that they would know if someone was pranking them. But sure enough, it was not a prankster. One night, their uncle was having a sleepover with them, and one night the uncle woke up to check on the doll, and then suddenly he had scars on his back, and he was screaming. He woke up the parents of the twins, and then they saw that Annabelle had blood on her hands. Late that night, the uncle went back to sleep and had a dream about Annabelle jumping on the bed and walking toward his face and started strangling him. The uncle woke up with such fright. Then he decided to call a priest later that day. The priest came and started putting marks on the doll to see if it would move. The priest didn't believe them at first, but then the next day he saw the doll had moved. The priest told them to call the Warrens. They were paranormal investigators. The Warrens took the doll home and locked it up in its display. Then people started looking at the doll in the museum. One of the people mocked the doll, which was one of the priests. Then when he was riding home on his motorcycle with his girlfriend, he died of on his motorcycle when he accidentally hit a tree, and he lost control. His wife had to stay in the hospital for 3 years, but is now out. One day, they caught on cameras that the one Annabelle doll moved up in the case and started banging on the glass. But obviously, it was just the demon moving the doll to do that. And when a demon takes control of something, it could use its own strength and make what its animate object should do and sound like it was actually alive. Well, till this day, Mr. Warren died from a heart attack, but Mrs. Warren is still alive till this day. She is 91 years old, and we will see you again in the Legends and Lores. Music by Purple Planet and editing software by iMovie. The end.